all 32 endorsements that President Trump gave to either incumbents or just regular candidates, people that never ran for office, they all won last night in Texas and other states. The power of President Trump's endorsement is extremely powerful. That's what the Democrats don't understand. That's what the rhinos don't understand. The president announced today, because he's tired of GOP infighting, that he will be the main endorser to endorse who should be the Republican nominee for the Senate race in Texas. Now, will President Trump endorse the incumbent, John Cornyn, or will he endorse the Attorney General, Ken Paxton, who went through hell last year and, of course, was completely exonerated because he wanted to stop the fraud of the elections, and he believes in free and fair elections. Now, I can tell you personally, I support Ken Paxton. I support what he stands for. John Cornyn is a huge rhino, but John Cornyn has a lot of oil money and a lot of influence in the state of Texas as being a head senator for a long time. Of course, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who's a rhino, he's Mitch McConnell light. He said, I hope that President Trump endorses my good friend John Cornyn. But we'll see. Again, it is the president's decision. It's not John Thune's. It's not Mitch McConnell's. It is the president's alone. But I do hope and I do pray that President Trump does endorse Ken Paxton, puts it to rest, puts an America First guy in as the United States Senator of Texas, and let's keep Texas red again. As you know, the governor, Greg Abbott, he won his 4th nomination for governorship. He will be governor again in the state of Texas. As the governor of Texas again, we need a proper U.S. senator. We cannot have John Cornyn go against what Greg Abbott has been doing. That's why we need a proper senator in there. So we will keep you abreast on that update. If President Trump does endorse either Ken Paxton or incumbent Senator John Cornyn, again, we pray that he endorses Ken Paxton. But again, it's really important to note that Jasmine Crockett, Dan Crenshaw, Al Green, all these rhinos and socialist Democrats are out of a job. And we'll talk about that later in segment 3. But again, it shows you how powerful President Trump's endorsement is and how powerful President Trump wants Congress to be. Now, again, guys, it's very important that we understand the stakes here, that we understand that the 2026 midterms are very important and that we all should get out to vote. And we all practice our right to vote. So please do it. Every vote counts this time. And President Trump is doing everything he can to pass the SAVE Act. Again, it's on Senator John Thune. Why isn't he getting the senators together to pass this law so that it goes into President Trump's desk and he passes it into law permanently? Why is there such a holdup? We know because the rhinos in the Congress still want to keep their power. They don't want to have free and fair elections. But it's to the American people. It's for the American people to decide. I do want to thank the American people for voting against the rhinos and the Democrat socialists last night. Thank you for voting right. I hope that this momentum continues.